Hello everyone, welcome back to another Airbus Columbia video with the DC-3. We're going to be hauling just cargo today, actually quite a bit of fuel, and we're leaving La Macarena, which I don't know a whole lot about, other than it's a pretty good tourist spot because evidently they have some kind of floral plants that grow in the water down here, and I guess it's just gorgeous to see. So I'm gonna have to check in on that and see what that's all about. But this is a very small community here, not very big at all. So we're gonna get out of Dodge and head southwest toward Miraflores. Weather today is clear. Temperature is about 85, I think, 85 degrees. Very little wind. She got off the ground pretty good, considering how much weight we got on board. So anyway, this particular trip is over some pretty barren country. In this area right here, you can see there are still some open fields, some roadways, but that will all disappear shortly. You can see out there on the horizon how dark it gets with the canopy, the tree canopy, which is just it's amazing looking how thick it's getting already. I think I was telling everybody on one of my flights about my Velocity 1 flight stick going kind of haywire on me, and it's just been getting worse. So I ordered a Velocity 1 yoke with the throttle quadrants, the trim wheel, the whole 9 yards. It got good reviews, and it's a little on the expensive side, but at least from everything I'm reading, it looks like it's going to hold up and feel good. I don't want, a toy, kind of a toy feel in my hands with those kind of controls. So, and I can always use this Velocity 1 flight stick for my helicopter flying, so not too worried about that. But anyway, I ordered the yoke. It's going to come in tomorrow. And I also ordered a 4K monitor for the flight sim, and it just came in today, and I haven't used it yet, so I got it set up, but I just haven't used it yet. So we'll see what kind of difference that makes as far as color goes. From what I understand, it can be set up very bright, so it's a little bit more clarity as far as the videos go, I think. A lot of times, even when it's super sunny outside, the videos come out a little on the dark side. So I'm going to see if that's the programming I'm using or whether it's the actual monitor itself. So anyway, yeah, there's where we're going with that, and looking forward to it. The DC-3 is all leveled out, and we've got the autopilot engaged, so right now it's pretty much a straight shot down to Miraflores. You can see the mountain range out in front between 11 and 12 o'clock. We're going to scoot right over the southern tip of that mountain range. This is a little over 100 miles trip, and I'm going to edit it to cut it down a little bit, because I don't like the videos too long. I don't think anybody else does either. So I'm going to be cutting some of it. As you can see down below, it is dense. Always amazes me with the waterways, the river systems off, which is part of the Amazon river system. They're everywhere. But just to go a few miles on that river system would take you hours, because they go back and forth, figure eights, turns. It's crazy. Instead of a straight line river system that you see quite a bit over here in the States, this river system, if you look at it right now, it's just winding all over the place. And the indigenous Indians, they do use that waterway system to transport their stuff back and forth between each other. So, God, it must take a long, long time. So, and a lot of these people that live back here, the communities some of them are less than 100 people. So they really rely on airplanes to get food, fuel, medicine, and even transportation to the north of Colombia, Bogota or Valencia, So, and I don't think the prices on those trips are huge, but yeah, these small communities, the villages that are back here in the Amazon, just amaze me how they survive. And the other thing is you just want to ask yourself, why? Why would you want to stay down here? I'd be moving out of Dodge, getting closer to a community or something, but it just seems from what I'm reading and what I've seen about the pilots that fly the DC-3s and the Antonov 2s, and a few other different types of planes in and out of these locations. They just said, these people are happy. They're happy where they're at. So God bless them, I guess. But again, big time river system here, winding in and out. Canopy is just so thick you can't see down to the ground. So if you had to put this thing down, I guess I would just try to hit the water with it, but if it's wide enough. I think it would probably be better off doing that than just putting it in the trees, because I don't think there would be many survivors. And there haven't been on these. Some of these DC-3s have gone down in the Amazon, and they've never even been found, because once they go down inside the canopy, you can't see anything. So it would take a human to go through there. The other issue you have down here is the FARC, the rebels down in Colombia, who are always getting it up with the police and the military. And from what I understand, they're on some kind of a truce with the government. So I don't know. I've not looked too deep into that, other than I know that they do still exist, and they still are very dangerous. So the DC-3s, I think, from the last count I heard, there was about maybe 100 left. And I have to smile a little bit, because in Cuba, you see all of the old Chevys and the old Fords and the old Plymouths, 57, 56, 54 Chevys, still on the road, still looking good. but they are piecemeal together. They've got parts in them that have been handmade in Cuba. I don't think a lot of them order through auto catalogs through the United States, so they have to come up with their own parts and stuff. And with the DC3s, I think it's it's becoming the same thing. Parts are having to be made, rebuilt, and wow, what a challenge. And it just makes you wonder, who's qualified. I guess these guys are all certified. Don't know. All right, I'm doing a pre-landing check here. Run through it right quick. There's the airport, 12 o'clock. This is an interesting place. This is an outlaw town. I would not want to live here at all. It still is an outlaw range. That runway goes in between houses. I've never been in here before, but I've read about it. From what I understand, it's a very challenging runway. It's up and down. It's not flat. It's got some hills to it. And you really don't have a whole lot of room in case you get kind of loose and squirrely with the DC3, which happens a lot of times, especially if it's wet. You start skidding off the runway. So I'm going to try to come in as slow as I can, see if I can't put this thing down in here without damaging the plane and running into houses. But yeah, this location here is just totally amazing to me, how it still exists. I think it was created like 1990, something like that. It was started, and it was nothing but a drug runner's paradise, with the labs and the transportation of drugs. And, I think back in the early 90s, the population was around 14,000. I don't think it's that anymore. I think it's really, really reduced because the military has stepped in and kind of trying to knock this drug business and the cartels out. So anyway, yeah, if you want to look it up online, just look up for Miraflores, Colombia. It's very interesting place indeed. Enjoyable read anyway. So it's right off the nose. I think I got her slowed down pretty good right now, a little farther out, so I'm not going to have to chop power too much. I'm going to try to ride this thing in as level as I can. And of course, in all runways that Microsoft puts down on the simulator, there's always that tree or a tower. Alright, so we're going to turn in here. You can already hear the plane snapping and cracking and popping. When she gets down to below 80, she really does creep. Kind of sounds like it's falling apart, but it's not. It's just a metal shaking. So we got to come in at a little bit of an angle here because of the trees. And right now I can already see it's an uphill slope on this runway. And as you can see, there's buildings and houses on both sides of it. So here we go. Oh man, I'm glad this is gravel. This is slowing me down. I haven't used the brakes as much. If I was on pavement right now, I'd be still hauling butt. Alright, we got in here without killing ourselves and blowing up because all I got on board is fuel. So anyway, this is the last video I'll do on Colombia. I've been there, been to Bogota. It's a beautiful country. It's a beautiful place. The people are really nice there. I love them. But I just wanted to kind of showcase a little bit of what it's like on the outside world of it. It's pretty dense, pretty rough, but the people adapt. So hope you enjoyed the videos and do some research on it. Good reading. Talk to y'all later.